Good evening.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name's Barry.
And I'm Jay.
And we are Mitosu Crafts. So yes, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I think we've got quite a few people joining us from anywhere and everywhere tonight. So good. It's so funny when you... Okay. Cool.
Yes, so thank you very much for joining us this evening. If you are new to the channel, we are Mitosu Crafts, based in the UK, and independent Stampin' Up demonstrators. So if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin' Up products from our online shop. Do give us a thumbs up if you enjoy yourselves this evening or throughout our videos on our channel, as well as considering subscribing to the channel so you can get more card making and papercraft inspirations using Stampin' Up products.
Good.
Yes.
Lovely.
So before we start, we do have some random draw to be done. But this one was created by Barry last Sunday's live. And this will go out to Betty H. I believe.
Yes, it's
Yes.
just comments.
Yay.
Yeah. So yeah, that card will be working its way to you very, very soon, Betty. So yeah, good.
Yes, so because we were doing the live at another craft room, we didn't manage to create a second one, but hopefully you've seen that video. If not, check it out on our YouTube channel. So for the next drawing, we'll be giving away this card, which is the Black Ice technique using the Winter Snow embossing folder, as well as the Snowflake, which is stamp set.
Yes, so we are gonna draw that winner right now. So we're just gonna flip you round. That's it. And where are we? The winner of this card is going to be, drum roll, Suzanne Hemming.
Congratulations,
Susan, if you want to message us, then that card will be popped in the post and sent to you very, very soon.
Yes, and also if you are new to our channel, we will be giving away another card at the end of the live stream. So do pop a comment, say hi. All you have to do is pop in one comment and you'll be put into the random draw.
Yes, good, excellent. So tonight's video, let me just get this ready for a moment. Where are we? We're on that one there. So tonight's video is going to be showing you how to make this pop-up box. Okay.
You're so pleased.
I was very happy
But I
with
was
it.
like, don't come in yet. I have to get it up.
So I'm going to show you how to make this and how we've decorated the pop-up, the popping, I'm calling it the Poinsettia Petals popping box. I'll show you it popping if it works. Hopefully, fingers crossed. When we got the camera down. So this is a live video. So you're going to see the whole thinking process. You're going to see the good points. You're going to see the bad points of creating a box like this. It may not go 100% to plan. So yeah, we will see how it goes. But we will end up with some kind of popping box at the end. And hopefully with the techniques and obviously in the instructions which we're going to give you, you'll be able to go away and create your own popping box as well. So it's very simple, but it's just we've got to make sure it pops correctly. So good. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope, that is it. Before we start, Barry can just talk through the TNT Design Team online craft retreat, which is coming up at the end of September. So we'll do that whilst it's face down so you can show the flyer.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I was just reading some of the comments there.
Cool.
Lovely. All right, excellent. So I've got Tommy who has joined me. So let's have a little look at some of these comments coming through. I think Betty, yeah, you're commenting. Betty, we have got your address, I think, if that's what you're saying. I think you sent that to us today. So, but Jay monitor the comments, and that's fine. All right, so yeah, as Jay mentioned, we've got the TNT design team. So this is called the naughty table because me and Jay and a group of us always seem to be on a table at some kind of events, and we or either the last ones up, or yeah, we just have fun. So we've been nicknamed for some reason the naughty table, but we're not naughty. We just like to have a bit of fun. But there's a group of 4 of us that get together, and we have organised this online craft retreat. Obviously, it's online because we live in different parts of the UK, and obviously it opens it up to worldwide options as well. So no matter where you live in the world, you can actually join us for our online retreat. So if you head over to our online, head over to mitosucrafts.com and go to classes, then you'll find the information there. But this is basically it. So we will be using the Trim in the Town Suite. It's on September the 27th, 2020 from 9:50 in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon from the comfort of your own home. If you can't join us live, it's not a problem. It will be recorded so you can watch it back at another time as well. So you'll be having 4 classes throughout the day. Myself and Jay will be doing one of them, and then the other ladies will be doing a 1-hour class throughout the entire day. So if that's something which you're interested in, prices for that is £70 or £97, depending if you take the stamp set and the dies. But you will get a selection of the entire suite. So you'll get the whole packet of designer series paper, the ribbons, some of the embellishments and so on like that. So you'll get, and plus lots of other little prizes and fun throughout the day. So if you're interested in that, head over to our online, head over to mitosucrafts.com and click on book classes, and you will find more information and how to book on there. And that is happening this month at the end. So booking closes in the next week or two, 13th of September if I remember correctly. So yeah, so Poinsettia Petals. I'm loving this set. Really, really good. And when I saw the idea for this box, I thought the poinsettias will be lovely for this. It's a nice little flower arranging to go in. And if I should show it to you here, there we go. And that's it right there. It's absolutely lovely. It's gorgeous, and got some nice sparkly bits on that red velvet paper as well. Make sure I turn it the right way around. And that's that. So let me just see. Let's see if I can get this to pop. It might. We'll see. We will have a little look. Let me just pop it correctly, the correct way around, off camera. Ooh.
There's a lot
already. There we go. Okay, so you should receive your box, and hopefully you should do that, and then it will then pop itself up to then form its own little stool. And so it can be, you can use a lid to then angle it up so it can then be displayed like that. This has taken a bit of a beating over the last 24 hours, so please ignore it because it keeps on. So yeah, lid goes on, and then ta-da! Isn't that great? I just love it. So yeah, so that's what we are going to show you how to make tonight. So I'm going to go through the tools which you need. Actually, I'll just leave that on, and then obviously it works in a way that then that will then fit back in the lid, and it will have its own little area to sit in. Okay, so let's pop that to one side, and this is what we're going to create tonight. So the items you will need some red velvet paper. So this is what I've used here for the flowers. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'll show you that in a moment, and once it's cut, but it is absolutely lovely. Okay, so some red velvet paper. You also need the Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper. Again, this is a lovely, lovely set. My favourite is that one there actually, and this one here, one of the ones which I'm using, and the one which I haven't got any left over because that's the one which I'm using tonight. So really, really nice. So you get your two sides there. So very green on one side and plain, and then your patterns on the other side. And you will also need this bit. Okay, so the bit of cardstock which comes with the paper, this is what we're actually going to be using tonight as well. So if you've wondered what do I do with them, you can now, and if you've got lots of them lying around, you can make lots of popping boxes. If you haven't got any of those sheets around, don't worry, you can use 12 by 12 cardstock as well. I would have been using Sahara Sand, which is what I did for the original, but I only had one piece left. And everybody wanted a tutorial so much that obviously I've done it before I could actually order any more. So I'm using the other bit, which was my other alternative. Gold foil sheet, loving this as well. It's not a shiny, well it's shiny, but you like artificially shiny. This is a real quite an expensive shiny. You kind of it's a matte shiny. I kind of class that as it's really nice. And obviously the plush poinsettia special paper. Going to be using that as well. We're actually going to be using it to die cut some of these leaves out as well. So that's what we're going to be using. And I will also be having some Whisper White Thick for the lid, as well as I have got here the it tells you the recipe list on the packets here. So I've also got here Old Olive cardstock is what I have decided to use as my layers for my designer series paper. So I've gone ahead and I've gone and pre-cut a lot of the stuff just so we can save on some time for tonight, because you don't want to see me cutting X amount of matte layers and so on. You want to see me get down to the nitty-gritty and actually how it's constructed. So I've gone ahead and I've already gone and pre-cut. So first of all, for the actual construction of the box, you will need one piece of paper measuring 10 by 10 inches, and we want to score that at 3 inches all the way around on all 4 sides. And for the lid, we need a piece of Whisper White Thick measuring 6 inches by 1 1/16 of an inch by 6 1/16 of an inch. I haven't prepped those bits, so I will be doing that on camera. But I'm going to get the elements ready first, and then we will then come back to doing everything else. So I've got a cat which is floating around, and he's trying to, and I've got paper, and I don't want him to jump on the paper. So we need to cut ourselves some Old Olive, or whatever your chosen mat and layer is. So you will need 2 square pieces measuring 3 3/4 inches. Okay, you will need 2 of those. And you will need 8 pieces here measuring 3 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And you will need 4 pieces measuring 3 3/4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so that's what you will need. I've already gone ahead and I've gone and prepared and stuck down a lot of the stuff, so I'm going to stick down the other bits here on camera. But that's what you need. And then you will then need the same in the designer series paper. You will need 2 pieces here measuring 3.5 by 3.5. So that will be your designer series paper to go on these 2 pieces right here. You will need 8 pieces measuring 3.5 by 2.5. So you will need 4 designs though in one design, and then you will need 4 in, or I've decided to do it in 4 in another design. So, but you will need 8 pieces measuring 3.5 by 2.5 of your chosen, 4 of one and 4 of the other. Okay, and then the designer series paper you will need here at 3.5 inches by 1/2 an inch, and that's the piece which is going to go on this bit right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick all of those bits down. Oh, so good and had some glue. There we go. There it is. So I'm just going to stick all of these bits down and get these nice and ready. So I suppose it's just easier just to prepare everything first, and then we can then get down to it. So how's everyone been? Had a good day today? Or are you just waking up, just going to bed? What are you all doing? Oh, thank you, Sue. Sorry, I'm not. Jay's monitoring the comments. So I just going to glance up. So I've just seen your comments, Sue. Thank you very much for that. And what else there? Inches is nice. Okay. Yeah, I tend to work in inches when it comes to box construction. Obviously, we both work in inches and centimeters, but for boxes, I find it so much easier to work in inches. That's just how I work. Cat hairs. How's the volume, everyone? We're using our external mic, so please let us know if the volume is too loud, too quiet, or if you're like my mum and it's too quiet. It's because you've not realised that there's a volume control on the actual video itself. So if we're too low, just check that the volume on your computer is up and the volume on the video is up. I told you, Mum, that I would drop you in it. She said, you're really, really low. I said, if you turn the volume up, yeah, I've got the volume up. Okay, there's a volume on the video as well. Oh, I didn't know that. So that's it. I don't know. Are you watching, Mum?
Yes.
Is she on? So we're going to have all of these matte and layered. Like so, and then we'll do some die cutting and prepare the middle part. That's okay, Rebecca. So you're not too late. We haven't really done much just yet, apart from gone through some of the measurements, so you can catch that back on the replay. So there we go. So there's my bits now ready. So I've got 2 pieces there. I will have 4 pieces in that pattern, 4 pieces in that one, and 4 pieces here, like that. So that's my matte and layers all done and ready. And they're ready to get stuck onto the box once we have that part cut. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do some die cutting. And I've already gone ahead and I've gone and prepared some of this. So if you haven't seen these already, this is the red velvet paper cut with the Poinsettia Petals dies, and using the embossing rather than stamping. And they are absolutely lovely. So I need one small flower. I'm going to layer one up like that, and now what I need to do is I just need to cut another one. So I need to cut a medium flower, and I need to cut myself a large flower. So I got that one there, and I'm going to cut myself 2 more of these ones right here. So these small flowers, and you get 2 dies of these. So I'm going to cut myself another 2 of those to make up 2 flowers. And I'm going to cut myself some of the holly leaves. Okay, so I'm going to do a few of that now for you on camera, and you can see what they look like. So I'm going to bring in the lovely new Suki, so the Stampin Up Cut Emboss machine, as we name it, the Suki, so S-U-C-E. And for those of you who follow our channel anyway, you know that's named after one of our cats as well. So one of our cats is named Suki. So it worked perfectly. So I'm using platform 1, 2 and the cutting plates 3. I am going to grab my velvet paper. And I'm going to cut the outline first. Just bring that over so you can see. There we go. So I'm going to cut my outline first in the large and the medium. So now we just need to get the best out of this paper. That's it. There we go, so that's that cut through. And it cuts out lovely every single time, first time round. Okay, really, really nice cutting machine. Pressure on this is absolutely lovely. So I'm just going to leave those in place. And I'm now going to do the embossing side of it. Sorry, it's very, when you've got a camera in the way when doing these things, it's very awkward, so it's not as easy. So I'm now just going to position these. Look at that, got that in first time round, didn't I? And I'll do this one here as well. So these are the embossing dies for this. Sorry, my hand's in the way whilst you do it. There we go, so that's that positioning. Okay, and we will just, well, so this is just the normal plates. There's no special embossing mats on these yet, but there are some embossing mats coming, which we're very excited about. But this is just what it cuts like plain without the special thing. So imagine what it's going to cut like or emboss like once we've got the impression mats. And that's what that comes out like once they're done. So these are absolutely stunning. I love them. So that's those ones there. And then what I would also do is I will do some of the cutting with the flowers whilst I've got everything here and ready. You know, sorry, did I hit the metal there. Sorry if I've just deafened some of you.
I'm on my earphone.
Okay, so we're using these ones here, and I'm going to cut 2 of these flowers out. These tiny flowers. So yes, so I can see Jay's popping some comments on there. So yes, so if you do like anything you see from us and you live within the UK, France, Germany, Netherlands or Austria, you can purchase Stampin' Up products from us. So yeah, Jay's just popped a link up for that, I think. So there's those 2 done there. So I've got 4 of those. And now what I need to do is I need to cut myself some more of the hollies. Which I thought I was all organised and had them all out. But I obviously am not. I got the large one out, but I didn't get the small one out. What I'll probably get you to do, Jay, is to pop these dies away at some point so they're not all lying around, or remove them so they don't get lost on the table. And back we go. And I'm going to cut 2. So I've got 1 of the larger ones, and I will do 2 of the. Actually, I'll do 2 of the large and 1 of the medium. Oh, that slipped. So the actual elements are the longest part of this box. The construction side of it is very easy. Hi Kim, sorry I just seen your comment there. So we've got those ones there, and that's good. So I will now do the embossing dies with these. So you have got the embossing dies for the holly as well. So 1 there, and why can I not make that fit? There we go. And that's that. So I've used a lot of dies for this card. Actually, don't know if I love it when you actually get to use all of the items inside in a die pack. And this is great for flower arranging. flower building, make a real good scene out of it. It'd be really lovely. Okay, so here are now all of my elements. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do some sticking down. You would also need some Winker Stella. I do keep hitting it, I'm so sorry. I can't help it. So I'm going to get some Winker Stella and I am going to just prepare. It's just easier to do this whilst they are flat and just give everything a bit of a shine. So if you're unfamiliar with Winker Stella, it's just liquid glitter. So it just transfers and turns everything glittery. So you can do all of those now and then they can dry, and then it'll be handy for once the glue goes on, it's not going onto a wet surface. Now I decided to Winker Stella the original whilst they were all stuck down, and obviously you're trying to navigate through everything, so it's just easier and quicker to do it this way. Same thing with the leaves. Just get that on there. But these are going to get tucked away underneath as well, some of them, so you can be rough with this. You just sometimes just want to have a little bit of a shimmer. And this is just a clear Winker Stella brush. Okay, so you can see that's now really, really glittery. And I'm also going to do this on the red velvet. So you just want to go through and you just want to glitter up this red velvet. And it soaks in quite nicely and gives a nice shimmer. So we're just going to go over and just give all of these, excuse me, a bit of a kiss of wink. Just go through. So I'm not being overly careful on this. You just want to just give it a bit of a shine. There we go. So it may look ugly in places, but remember we are going to stick all of this together. So that's that one. And then just want to squeeze a little bit out on another bit. So I know you're obviously, a lot of you are here, obviously you're all here to see how the box works, but we need to go through the construction side of it as well. And the liquid on the velvet just soaks in really, really nicely. So the glitter is just literally, it's just sitting on top of it. And the last one here. It was just for by chance last night when I was designing this. I thought, so I wonder what a wink on that would do. So I got my little colour swatch out and I tried it on a little, done a little colour test first, and I thought, oh, that works quite nicely. So there we go. There is those. So I'm going to stick these together now so that these can start getting stuck, because the last thing I want to do is for them to be moving around whilst we're constructing. So if we do it now, so I'm just going to now layer these up. So I've now put a medium one on top of the large one, and then I will pop one of the smaller ones on top of those there, offsetting the petals as we go. And then we'll pop that to one side. Once that's stuck, I'll shape those leaves a little bit. And the same with the smaller ones. We're just doing a medium and a small on this one. So a bit of glue and offset like that. That one's just pop to one side. And the same with these tiny little ones. A bit of glue on two of them. And then offset. And just let those stick. Because obviously we have put some liquid on top of them, they will take a little bit longer to dry, which is why I wanted to do it at the beginning, so that we can confidently. So I'm going to pop all of those to one side. And then we've got those, which will then go in later on. So, good. Excellent. Let's pop those to one side. Make sure I don't knock them. Sit on top of the computer, just bear with me. So I'm going to say live, unedited. So you're going to have to just persevere with me whilst I get ready. So, and that one's unstuck itself already. So just a bit more glue on that. There we go. Okay, so the only bit of die cutting I will need to do now is with the gold foil. I might actually ask Jay to do that for me in a moment. So I just need a couple of the gold foils done, but not yet. All right, so let's move on to the fun stuff now. Let me just put all of these dies away before I lose them. I'm just going to chuck them in here, and then we would arrange them out afterwards. Because there's some tiny dies in the packet as well. You don't want to be careful. You don't want to lose them on the table. Let's just be that one there, which I'll need cuts. So good. All right. So I am bringing in now my gold foil, please. Somewhere around here. Yeah. 3 of them. I think it's on the sofa. All right. So as mentioned, I've got myself a bit of Whisper White Thick, and this will need to be cut down to 6. Bring in the trimmer. So this is for the lid. This will need to be cut down to 6 1/16 of an inch. I keep knocking it, sorry. Now the 1/16 of an inch is important because if you go 6 inches, it will be the same size as the actual box, and it will be too tight. So that 1/16 of an inch on a box lid will just give you a little bit of breathing room. The reason I work that because the box is going to have a surface area of 4 inches. So I want the lid to be 4 inches, and then I want 1 inch on either side. So you've got your 1 inch, your 4, and then your 1 inch, which is 6. So that's the size of the base, and then you then cut the lid to 1/16 of an inch bigger, and then you will always get a perfect size lid, always. Okay, 6 and 1/16, 3 of those, yeah. All right, and I may as well score this whilst I've got this, and we're going to be scoring this at 1 inch all the way around. So 1 inch on all 4 edges. Okay, so that's what that one will look like in a moment. I'll cut that one down to size in a second. What you're going to do then is bring in your 12 by 12, your chosen 12 by 12 piece of paper. Because I'm using the one which is which we would normally chuck away, which has got the writing on it. I'm going to cut this down to 10 by 10, but to make sure that this writing doesn't interfere with the project, what I want to do is I want to cut 1 inch off from all 4 sides, and that will then give me a 10 by 10 piece of paper, but will also make sure that that writing is centralized in the middle panel, so it won't interfere with anything. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So 1 inch from all 4 sides will then turn a 12 by 12 bit of cardstock down into a 10 by 10. Okay, so that writing is now still in the center. And now what I want to do is I want to score this at 3 inches all the way around. So this is now the construction of the actual box. So 10 by 10, score it at 3 inches all the way around. So you don't need any fancy scoreboard to do this one. If you've got a scoreboard, great. But if you've got a trimmer and a scoreboard, this will work perfectly fine, as you can see me doing it today. So you can now see that this writing now is positioned within those 4 score lines. That's 4 inch. So you know that writing is not going to interfere with anything. So if it does, that's how you want to cut it down. All right. So we will now fold and burnish anything. So fold and burnish this bit of cardstock. So on my original card I used Sahara Sand 12 by 12 cardstock cut down to 10 by 10. But as I said, I run out and wasn't expecting to do this video quite as quickly as this. But it was very popular, so we decided to do it for tonight. Grab yourself some scissors. I'm using some large scissors for this particular one, but you can use your snips, but I'm just going to use some large scissors, and all I'm going to do is just cut away these 4 corners. Like that. Like that. Ooh. And the last one. Is like that. Okay, so that's my 4 pieces removed, which is those ones there. And when it comes to the lids, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold and burnish these 4 score lines. And then cut Jake, could I have some snips, please? The larger scissors don't work when you're doing smaller things, but I used the larger ones because it was just easier on the larger bit. But if you bring in the snips, these work perfectly for the smaller bits. There we go. So good. Alright, so whilst I've got the lid here, I'm going to stick some panels on whilst I've got it. So we'll just decorate. So those bits which I've done first here and the square parts there. So I'm just going to glue one of the larger squares into the middle part right here. And then with these bits right here, I would then obviously stick those. Got cat hair attached. And we'll go around. And sometimes it's just easier to decorate before you actually put the box together, because you can make sure you get everything lined up nicely as well. So what's everyone saying, Jay?
I think everyone's immersed in what
Everyone's concentrating, are they? And the reason why I chose to use opposite pieces of paper for this particular one is because when the box jumps and it pops and goes the other side, this will be the paper which we see. So if we use the lid as a bit of a base for it, then this will match the inside of the box which is going to be on display. Whereas if I'd used the same paper as that, it wouldn't match. So that makes sense. Hopefully, once it pops. But that's the reason why I've done two different papers, because this will end up eventually being on the base and not being seen. This will be the matching the inside, but this will match the outside. So when the box comes in, well, I can see, you can show you there. So that's like that. But then once it pops, it then is going to match the inside rather than it being two different. So that's why I'm doing it that way. So if you're wondering, then that's the reason why. Okay, so with the lid itself now, we just want to pop some tabs. We want to put some glue on the tabs. Now, I always like to use glue when box making. I just find that it just gives you that flexibility to manipulate where need be, whereas tape is great, and I love the new tape which we've got, the Stampin Plus. I have used it quite a bit. I've used our Stampin Plus a lot more than I did the Fast Fuse, because I just never got on with Fast Fuse. So the Stampin Plus is great, but I still prefer wet glue for its flexibility and its movability. So, because if you stick something on a box in ever so slightly the wrong position, and you've used Stampin Plus, it's kind of stuck. So you kind of really need to unstick it carefully. Whereas if you use wet glue, you've got wiggle room. So that's my opinion. How long have I been waffling for at the moment? 42 minutes, okay. I better be quick. Hopefully, this is going to be a bit of a longer video tonight, so hopefully you don't mind. You're going to stick with us. What was that, Jay?
Cindy said, I think you put your glue on with an SU signature.
Do I really?
It looks like an SU.
I've not noticed. I've got to be conscious of that now. So I don't know if you heard Jay, for all of you in the background. Jay was commenting. Could you hear yourself?
Yeah.
You could. And there we go. There is my lid. All right, so that is that part already. So if you're box making in general and you wonder, why do my lids never ever fit? Just add 1/16 of an inch to it, to two sides, and it will fit perfectly. Okay, so let's now move on to the next part. So I need to fold and burnish this both ways, because we need it to be flexible both ways. And now I want to decide what I want to be the inside and the outside. So I've got this part here. So that has now going to cover the inside of my box. So I'm going to cover that one up. Now, Otherwise, if I do it the other way around, then it's always going to be on show. So I'm going to have this now as being, this is going to be the inside of the box. So this panel which I'm putting down now will be what I will do the flower arranging on. So you can see now that has now covered up that writing. You would never know that that is a backing paper or the recipe sheet barcode for your designer series papers. So now we can use absolutely everything in our stash. Alright, so that's the top, and then these are going to be the sides when it explodes. So these now need to be these ones right here. So let's just stick these down. I can hear Jay tapping away in the background. What's he saying to you all?
I'm just saying thumbs up.
Yes, please remember to thumbs up. And I said it last time, if you give us a thumbs down, that's fine. It may not be to your liking, but please let us know why you've given us a thumbs down if you don't mind, because obviously if you don't like something we've done, then we'll never be able to change it if we don't know what you don't like about it. So if you are going to give us thumbs down, just let us know. Just ping us a message. Didn't like that. And yeah, constructive feedback. But we prefer it if you gave us a thumbs up. And I've just realised I've just messed this up. Yes, I have.
Were you getting to?
I have got myself. Yeah, see, now this is where the live crafting, the live part is the problem, because I just realised that I didn't.
You went way over.
I've jumped ahead of myself. Okay, Jay, you may have to do some quick cutting for me if I don't save this in time. I just need to get this part off here. That's fine. See, and this is why I like using wet glue. For this reason, because you can correct your mistakes. I jumped ahead, so, but it's not a problem. All is good. Just now need to make sure they don't stick down on each other. So these are obviously all going to get covered up anyway. That part's fine. So what I need to do is I need to put the elastic in, because I need to, so just bear with me one moment. I've got myself flustered because I went wrong. I did need to stick something down, but I needed to stick it down. Can I have some in the embossing buddy to take away the stick, please?
Yes.
I stuck the wrong side now. I need to stick the outside down and not the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get myself the embossing buddy, and I'm just going to take off the stick. Sorry, this is going to get a little bit tappy and loud. Because at the moment, all I'm just making here is a lovely box. I need to put the element in, which makes it explode. So the reason I've just done that is it just takes the stick off so that I can work on the other side without it sticking to my table now. So the parts I needed to stick down was these four sides, not the inside.
So this is the outside.
So this is now going to be the outside of the box. Okay. These need to get stuck flat down. See, I told you at the beginning, unedited raw version of us crafting. And because I think the reason I was able to save this because of the cardstock which I've used for the base, because it's got a bit of a shiny surface to it. It actually was easier for me to peel off. Now, if that was actual proper cardstock which I was using, like a 12 by 12 neutral Sahara sand, I don't think I would have saved it as quickly as I did.
You were trying to show how great Dumbo was, weren't you? So
I
it
was.
all in the script.
Exactly, yes. Joe just said that. It was all in the script. I was just showing you how great Tombow is. Yes. Definitely a multi-purpose liquid glue. Right, so I just need to make sure that these don't get stuck to one another, so I need some room. So there we go. All right, now's the part which we want to move on to for the exploding part. And the secret to this is elastic. Let's get my box in here. You will need a knife and a ruler. And a ruler and a pencil. And a pencil. So what I want you to do now on this, I want you to now measure 1.5 inches from the bottom, so from the score line now, not from the bottom of the cardstock, from the score line, 1.5 inches, and pop a mark here. And do that on all 4 sides. So 1.5. Try and get it as close to the center as you can. If we are going to find the center, but if you can try and get it as close to the center as possible, that'll make it easier. And then, so you've got your 1.5, and then we want to just find 2 inches, because this is a 4-inch panel. So we know that there is the 2-inch mark. Two inches. And 2 inches. Then what you want to do, sorry, I'm going to now move over into centimeters. I do apologize, but whatever 1 centimeter is in inches, 3/8 of an inch. And now I just want to draw a line. Once I mark it up with the 1/2 centimeter on the 2-inch line, then draw a 1 centimeter line going across. So mark it up there. That one. That one, and that one there. Okay. They don't show, but you can use a ruler, but it's not gonna really show. You're going to need to bring yourself in a healing mat or something that you don't mind marking underneath. So we've got one of these healing mats. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my craft knife and I'm just going to slice that 1 centimeter line. Okay. Until we go through both sides. All right. Now, for me, I've seen it where other people have got these marks quite large. I found the thinner you keep this, the tighter the elastic is going to stay inside. So, and we're going to poke this in using the take your pick tool. There we go. So I've now got 4 slits along my 4 panels. So that's why I needed it. You don't want to stick the inside yet because it's going to you need to still get to it. One thing I haven't got me, Jay, is the take your pick tool. So you want to just take some elastic here. Thank you very much. Take some elastic, and we're just going to just get my bearings. So that's going to go in there, and it's going to come out on the outside. So I need to, that's where my slice is. So I want to take it down. Oh, Jay, one thing I haven't got, a heat gun. Yeah. So I'm going to come around about 1 centimetre over that. So I'm going to slide this out, not having it too taut, not having the tension just yet. Just bringing it to there, and then I will then snip. So the piece of I have got at the moment is around about 9 inches. That will probably go down and get a little bit looser as we go with it, but I'm just gonna, it's better to start with something larger and then work smaller. I've just got a heat gun coming in now because I find a glue gun is just going to work with sticking this in. So I've now changed it over to the spatula side, and I am just going to push this through, so from the outside to the inside. And then that feeds that in like that. And then I want to do the same with the other side as well. So grab your elastic. And we said it was around about 9 inches, wasn't it? So grit your ruler. And we'll just snip off 9 inches there. And that's it. Like I say, it will go smaller eventually, but we will start off with larger. So grab your spatula end and then just push that through. I did try it with the pokey end first, but obviously that does pierce the hole in it rather than actually pushing it through. So I found the spatula end worked quite nicely. Just be careful because it is quite flimsy, and if you don't support it, you will break that end. So just be careful. Good, excellent. Okay, so let's now just snip a little bit off.
Can you show the label of the elastic as well?
Oh, with this one here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I've used, 5mm by 10m. I'm gonna, Mum's watching, she will be able to answer this question. How old is this? I'm assuming this is probably really, really old. Oh yeah, it's Woolworths. So, it's very, very old because Woolworths closed down here a long time ago. So this ribbon is, I don't know how many years old, 20 maybe. Yeah. So, but that's a thickness which I've got, 5mm. But I've seen people use thicker ones. So use what elastic you've got. Don't want to go too thin, but you want something which has got a little bit. So 0.5 centimetre to 1 centimetre, I think will be fine. Okay, so I am going to now just pop a little bit of glue. I'm going to do this on a scrap bit first. And then bring that in like so. When I did my first one, I used tape. That worked, but I figured the glue gun will give me a stronger fix. So that's why I've decided to use a glue gun for this. But the first box, which you've seen the prototype of, is using red tape. Just want to be careful you don't burn your hands when doing this. So Comes with a warning. And I probably will put a bit of tape over that anyway, just to give me a little bit of another bit of stick. Might just go a little bit over the top. Okay, I'm just going to use a little bit of cardstock just to flatten it out a little bit, because the inside's going to go on some dimensionals anyway. That's fine, so this part can all get hidden. This is the behind the scenes ugly part. And then we will then cosmetically fix it. Okay, so that's that part done there. Can I just have some red tape, please, Jane? Thank you. I'm just going to use some red tape just to give it another stick, and that's just going to go there we go. And then what we want to do is we now want to feed these through to the opposite sides. So grabbing this part here and push that through. Like that. And do the same for this one here. And then we will then play with the tension. There we go. So we can now play with the tension here. So it's a lot less than we actually need. So we've got quite a lot of elastic coming out the side here. And then we kind of want to then just get the tension going. That's it. So I'm just going to snip off now and snip off that side there. Good, excellent. So what I'm going to do now is this side can be stuck down, so because we've got that part done, and I'm going to just do this with dimensionals, because you'll need dimensionals on this, because you've got a lump part in here. I know I haven't stuck the other side down yet, so we're going to come to that in a moment. But I'm going to start decorating it. So there we go. I can then stick this on like that. So that now hides the fact that we've got that lumpy bit of glue underneath. So I'm just going to use up all of these extras. I think so. I can smell burning, but there's the glue gun, isn't it? Yeah, I do still need a glue gun. So that's that, and then we'll just do that one for this one right here. I said earlier, this part's the easy part. It's actually taken quite a long time, sorry. And then we'll then just put this one on here. Like so. That's it. So you can see those mistakes I made at the beginning. It's like it never ever happened. He says. Alright, so we have now got this part here. So all I'm going to do now is I am going to grab my glue gun without trying to burn my fingers. And we are now just going to attach one like so. And then just check for tension. And then attach the other one. And then bring that one over. In it comes. Squidge that in there. That's it. And then I would just do a bit of tape. Just to hold it again. Like so. Alright, let's grab our last little bits and then we can then decorate. And then if I've got the tension correct, we should pop. All I've done is I've just pulled it slightly taut. I haven't pulled it tight. It's just taut. It's an interesting word, isn't it? Taut. That's it. And then now stick that part on there. And then the last part here. You right? You can hear Jay Bay in the background going, "Oh, what's happened?" And that's not a good sign.
It's fine.
Panic over. And the last part. This would be great if you put a load of, once you get the popping done as well, pop a load of confetti in it. Amazing.
Yeah.
Opens up, as soon as it pops, it's going to be a confetti bomb. And down like that. Okay, so that now folds over that way, folds over that way, folds over that way. Lid comes round. 1/16 of an inch slightly bigger, fits on top just like so. Let's see now whether or not this works. I'm going to decorate this obviously in a moment. Ta-da! Isn't that great? Just love it. And that's how that is decorated, and that's how that is done. All right, so it just goes round. So I know it's got a long-winded way of me getting there, but obviously I wanted to show you obviously the whole process. So I'm now going to decorate it. So you're going to see my lovely flower arranging skills now. Ta-da! Great. All right. So and then that one fits it. That fits in. It's a bit of a struggle to get in the box. So it might be. It does go in, but because we popped it on dimensionals, it kind of it sticks out. So the flower arranging, this is the fun part, or the next fun part. So we want to pop that in like that, in like so. So I popped these on dimensionals. Jay, could you remove the glue gun for the glue gun from me now, because that's so we will pop some dimensionals on the back of this here. Oh, that's all right. Don't worry about it. That's fine.
That's what you do. She normally just sleeps during her lives.
Yeah, Suki, Jay's carrying Suki around like a baby at the moment. She normally sleeps. Okay, I need to bring in my other one to show how I actually did do it, because I was actually really impressed with how I actually decorated it last time. I think I surprised myself. Oops. That's Jay.
That was okay.
Was it? We're blaming the cat.
Getting on the table.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, Suki. Let's go. We know where that one went.
And then like that. Okay. Grab our other little elements which we've got here. And we just want to pop some glue on these little bits. And we just kind of want to now just tuck things in. And another little tip which I come up with, well, it's not a tip, it's not as if I come up with it. It's just something I wanted to do, was take your pick tool and just get us one of the mini dimensionals, and then what you can do is you can then sometimes just stick these things around underneath, which will then just give you a little bit of, it will just give it a little bit of height as well. So we're just literally going to just stick these around now. And obviously what you don't want to do is you don't want to go over the edge too, but you don't want to go over the edge at all really, so I need to try and get that one in a little bit closer. Because you don't want it to interfere with the sides. That's it. When I winked these up, I think I did wink them up a little bit too much. I squeezed it a little bit too, so they're very, very glittery. Okay. Like so. Like that there. Then we will then stick these around right here. So grab your take your pick tool, and what you can do, pop it in your hands and then just push in, and that will just shape these as well. Manipulate the petals, and then we will then pop a dimensional on the back. So what I kind of want to do is I want to just pull some of these petals up now. And just shape some of these, and then some things can then get underneath. Another dimensional there. So I'm going to just manipulate that one, can go underneath. We can kind of intertwine them a little bit. Like so, and I've got some of these, the gold foil ones as well. Pop a little bit of glue on the back side of these. So this is one of those special cards. It's one of those, well, you wouldn't give it to anybody and everybody. It's one of those ones which you'd save for a special person. And just...
Is that for me?
Yeah, it's your Christmas card. Happy Christmas, hon.
I didn't get a birthday card.
He didn't get a birthday. No, we don't actually make. I didn't make him a birthday card. Oh, you've got loads of birthday cards lying around. No, I don't like
I
them.
made you one this year as well.
You did make me one this year. I did think of that. I thought so. Oops. Never mind. Okay, so I just need to just snip into this one a little bit and pop some glue. So there's one bit of die cutting I actually haven't done yet, which is the flocking paper.
Oh yes. Did you want me to do that?
Yeah, could you please cut me a couple of flocked leaves, please? I need to be so careful.
I guess you can hand cut it, but it's just easier with the
Yeah.
one.
So it's just a matter of just doing that. Whilst Jay's doing that final part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the beaded pearls. I think we're going to need to buy some more of these beaded pearls, Jay. I don't think I've got through so many embellishments before.
I haven't even got a roll yet.
No, Jay hasn't used them, and I'm just eating them. I just love them. Embellishments, I can honestly, I love them or I hate them, and I struggle to use them, but these just work so. I think because the card is so nice anyway. These beaded pearls just work beautifully. So I put a glue dot on the back of them. And then that's going to go in there. There's still loads left.
Did you know that went as well?
Yes, I did.
I didn't.
Alright, so I'm just going to pop the finger behind it for a moment and then just put a little bit of pressure down on that just to make that stick. So that's that part done. So the next part is I want to pop a sentiment on here. So I've got myself some very vanilla cardstock. And the one thing I didn't get myself is the punch, the triple one. It's in the top box.
One task at a time.
I know, sorry, I'm really making him work, aren't I? And what I want to do is I want to bring in my trimmer one more time, and I want to trim myself off. We've got it measured out. I'm going to trim off a 3/4 of an inch bit of cardstock.
I just feels like you have power steering. And,
Yeah,
and
it's really smooth, that the nude cutter. So I'm just going to do one, and I'm going to show you how to use this as well. So we're going to take off one. I'm going to grab the stamp sets, he says. And the sentiment which I've decided to use on this one is warm wishes from our home to yours. I'm using real red ink with the D block, but you can go with smaller. And I do need one more thing as well, please, Jack.
Three.
And one more thing, which is, no, I need some those blue post-it notes, the little finger, the thin ones. I think they're in the top drawer. And then I've done that.
It's a sticky.
Or sticky note. And the reason I want this is, thank you very much. Pencil tip. Don't chuck this part away. So the first part you cut, because what you can do is you can now position that where you think you want that to be lined up. Pop a pencil line there. Snip away that part. Grab yourself a little sticky note and pop that in like that. Slide that in like so. And if I've worked that out correctly, he says you would always get perfect placement both sides. So yeah, those parts, save it until, and then you can use it for measuring the other side, and you can always make sure that you get the correct size piece and you don't cut too much or too little and make it odd. So there's a little tip for you as well. All right, so to finish this off now, we will go with one more thing, and that is just the dimensionals. I'm so sorry it's taken such a long time. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for sticking with us. But we're just going to stick some dimensionals on here. So yes, so I'm sure Joe's been mentioning in the comments, but please, if you'd like to purchase anything from us, you can do via our online shop. We also have our support our channel button as well. So if you can't shop with us but you'd like to support us, you can donate. If you'd like, it just helps us bring you videos. That's entirely up to you, but we have that there if you want to. And yeah, so that there is now just going to stick in the middle like that, slightly off center. Finger behind just to push in, and there we have a very special popping Christmas card for suit. Oh no! Oh, I got Jay to cut them, and I didn't use them. I forgot the flock. Okay.
More texture.
More texture, because I needed a little bit over here, just to go behind. Where did I pop the other one? I will pop it up the top there, I think. Ooh. Last part. Let's have the flocking up there. I could probably add one more actually down there, but I'll do that off camera because Jay's been busy enough as he is. There we go. There is my popping card. So round we go. Carefully construct that. Lid goes on. And the recipient will be none the wiser until you're going to obviously have to open it up on a flat surface. Open it up on a flat surface. Ta-da! And there we go. We have a lovely, I'm going to do it again for you one more time. Spent all that time doing it, you want to watch it pop. Flat surface, lid up, ta-da! And that's it, there you go. And that is my lovely Poinsettia Petals popping box. So good, excellent. All right, so stay tuned because we are going to give away. Unfortunately, we're not going to be giving away this card this evening. I think the postage is going to be a little bit astronomical for us to post it because normally most of our postage goes worldwide. So unfortunately, we're not going to be giving away this, but we are going to be giving away a card as well. So stay tuned because we're going to get that ready right now. Jay's going to come and talk to you whilst I set up the computer. We always talk. You always do the talking.
Yes, I know. I forgot. You're still in my ear.
I'm still in his ear. So, did you enjoy that? Was that nice? Would you like me to recap on anything at all? Please don't say from the beginning. If there's any questions you'd like me to answer, then please ask. But I'm going to pop you round. Jay is going to now talk to you. Ta-da!
Didn't he do well? It's amazing. I can't stop like smiling and clapping. Well, you probably could hear me. So yes, so amazing, Barry. Well done. So if you have enjoyed yourselves this evening, or if you're watching the replay, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for future Cardmaking Papercraft inspiration with Stampin' Up products. So whilst Barry is setting up the random picker, I have been writing everyone's names down for the random draw. I'll just quickly go through some of the projects that we've been sharing on our blog, social media as well, and blog hops. So this is the hanging, small hanging decoration for the Stamp Review crew using the gold hoop.
I love it. It's such a colour combination I wouldn't use for leaves. I love it.
And that's actually watercolor pencil on the Forever Fern stamp set. Yeah, it just keeps going around. There's another hanging one there. That's a sneak peek for next week, 2 weeks ago. And that's the card, matching card. Lovely. And hopefully you've seen the Black Ice Technique video.
And that's what we're going to give away now, isn't it?
So we'll be giving away the snowflake. I made like 8 or 9.
Cool. All right, so I'm all set up. So we're going to give those away now then?
Yeah.
Good. All right, so we are going to flip you round. Oh, sorry, I just knocked the camera again. You can see the mess. Well, it's not too messy, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so the winner of this card is going to be, so this is somebody who's commented tonight, is going to be Kathy.
Congratulations.
Again, so look at that. You got to be in it to win it.
Yes.
Cool.
So we'll do another random draw on our next live next Sunday. 7 to half 7 British Summer Time, but we normally post that on the day because we never know what time we're actually going on. So around 7 o'clock, 7:30. But yes, congratulations, Kathy, and do pop in another comment on the main video comment, and you'll be put into the random draw onto the next live stream. But yes, that is amazing. I love that Wink of Stella on the red velvet.
Yeah, Wink of Stella on the red velvet. Is great. It just adds, makes it just so much more sparkly and magical and wintry and frosty and yeah, lovely.
It's Christmas.
Excellent. Okay.
Cool.
Happy with that. Thank you very much for watching, sticking with us for the amount of time you did. Thank you, and we will be back with you on Sunday night at 7-ish. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.